Hello everyone and welcome back to Blue Monster Art. Today we're going to be drawing a custom Mr. Freeze. So we're going to get started with the nose in the center of the page. So if you just get your finger just at the top, you're going to do a downwards facing curve. And next under that we're going to do another curve, but it's going to be facing up. Like that. Now we're going to be drawing the frown, and it's going to start just on this part of the face here. It's going to curve and flick. So just on the side of the nose, curve up and flick. And that's going to be the map. Next we're going to be drawing the chin. So just underneath the curve you're going to draw a sort of half sausage. And now we're going to draw in the glasses. He's going to have two different sized goggles, and we're going to start with the one on the left. So just step up from the nose and do a little point in the center, and then just curve up. Want to do a straight line going slightly down like that, and then from the other side you're just going to do a slightly steeper line which is a teeny bit longer, like that. Next we're going to connect the two with a semicircle. So from this one here you're going to do a big semicircle going all the way down to just under the nose and back up. And then with this one you're just going to do a slightly smaller semicircle, curving up and back through. Now we can add in the eyebrows, or the hint of the eyebrows. So on top of here you can just do a wavy line, and then a slightly longer wavy line. We're now going to add some detail to the inside of the goggles. So from the top here we're going to start, and we're just going to do a quick short line like that. And we're going to follow the straight line of the goggles all the way across, and just stopping before you hit the edge. Going to do this on the other side as well. So a short line heading down, and then we're going to continue that across the straight line of the goggles there. Now we can add some little snowflakes to the inside of the goggles. So on the right, in the center, you're just going to draw a small circle. And we're going to draw straight lines coming out on four sides of it. And then at the top of each line, just going to do a little fork, like the tip of a snake's tongue. Next we are going to do two on the other goggle. So just going to do a small circle there, and a small circle slightly higher up. Four lines on four sides, and end with a fork like the snake's tongue. Now we're going to add in the side of the goggles and the straps, as well as the ears. So coming from the side of these goggles, you're sort of going to follow this line, stepping down, you're going to follow that short way up. Straight line, angled, and then coming back in on an angled line to the side of the goggles like that. Going to do the same on the other side, following the top line, straight line down, and then following that back in. I'm going to add in the ears now. So from the side of this goggle here, you're just going to do a curved line coming out. Just going to continue that straight down, and then just flick that back in a bit further than where it started. The other side, just going to go same side, white, just curved line, straight down, curve back in, slightly longer than the last one. Now we're going to add in the little curve of the face. If you want, you can do a pencil for this. I'm going to go straight in with the pen. Actually no, I'll go in with pencil because I like to get this bit right. So, I'm just going to do a curved line, which is going to be the bottom of the face. And it's basically going to be mirrored at the top as well. Then we have the curved line at the bottom. And at the top, you're going to do another one. It's going to start at the same point, and you're just going to curve it round. Try and make the top of the head just a bit bigger, and the bottom a bit higher. Now we're just going to add in some little details to the head. So grab a thinner pen, and you're just going to do some hashtags, one above the eyebrow, one just coming off the edge of the head, and then one over here. Make sure the lines are a bit curved, like this one here, just so that it makes the face look a bit curved. 3D. This one by the side of the mouth, and then another one. And there. Now we can add in X in the ears. And on the goggle straps, just going to do angled lines, 3 of them, following that. Now we're going to move on to the head. Now this is a custom Mr. Freeze, so he's going to be different to the normal one you might have seen. So, from the top of the head, you're just going to do 2 lines coming straight up. And you're going to follow the curve of the head and connect them. Now we're going to do a curved line stepping in from there, and you're just going to curve that up, and then you're just going to tuck that in behind the head. Stepping in on the other side, follow that curve as best you can. Now we're going to add a bit of detail to the hair. So on this little section of the headband here, you can add in a small flick line on each side. Now coming from this corner here, we're going to do a curved line coming up and back in. Like that. Curved up and back in. Now you're just going to do another curve like that. Back in like that. Out a different direction. Back in. Out. And then back in. We'll come back to the hair later. We're now going to add in the fur coat. So, just starting under the ear, we're going to do a little line flicking out on both sides. And then going to flick them back in. And then flicking out again, making sure that you can see them coming past that line, flicking in. And just flick back in. And now you can get a bit ambitious with the curves. Going back out, flick line, out, again, from the side, sort of in the middle of this curve, I'm just going to do a big one. Curve back in. Another one. Curve back in. Try and get them centered. And now in the middle we're just going to do downwards facing arc. And then just connect them with a curve like that. The reason we go from this outsides on both at the same time is so we make sure it's symmetrical. Now we can just add a bit of detail to the coat. So on each of these little furry coat lines, you can get a thin pen, just make some small dashes. If you want, you can add some scribbly lines on the sides there. To signify fur. Now we're just going to add in the tank at the back. So coming from the side of the head, curve out and back in, like that. And then do the same the other side. And if you need to, just continue it behind the coat. Now we're just going to add in a little wavy line for whatever liquid's sloshing around inside. And you just do a few blobs on top to signify it's sloshing. And just do a couple of X's, stars, to signify it's cold. Now we're going to add in the coat. So from the centre point here, just going to do a straight line coming down and stopping just before you hit the bottom of the page. So sort of line it up with a chin, straight line. Now we can add in the fur, coming out, both sides, flick back in, opposite direction, out and in, same direction as the first time, out and in, opposite direction, out and in, and then just coming from the middle of the last curve, down and back in, flick out, back in, mirroring the one on top. Opposite direction, out and in. Opposite direction, out and in. And then, just going from the centre, 2 curved lines flicking up, flicking up again, and just a little point there. Now we can add these angled lines in straight. And that's going to be the side of the coat. Now we're going to add in the arm. Just a little curve going in behind the back. And now we're going to add in another arm, curving in behind the back. You could add a gun, which he's holding, if you want. I'm just trying to keep this simplistic. A few hashtag marks into his arm. Now we're going to add the buttons. So just 2 like this on either side, and just fill them in with black. And then we can do a straight line coming out from either side of them on the circles there. Opposite side of the coat. Now we can add in the big winter boots. So just a short distance from the centre line, stepping it down, and then we're just going to curve up and back out. Making them big boots. Curve them back in behind the coat. When you've done that, you can fill them in with black. Big double-soled thick boots. And now, last bit. We can just add in his little ponytail. Just a little triangular flick at the side of the winter coat or arm. Curved line. Curved line. Curved line. For the final touch, we can just add a little shadow in underneath him, and some few little waft marks straight up and curve on both sides. And there you have it. This is a custom Mr. Freeze. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Subscribe for more things like this. Hit the like button, notifications, and please leave a comment. This is Blue Monster Art bringing you the second cartooning tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please subscribe, and it was nice making this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Monster Art out.